first residential development in Singapore Science Park in over 40 years. Today, let's talk about LyndenWoods. After this project analysis for LyndenWoods, if you are keen to know more, scan to WhatsApp me to get more updates about the project information. Now, before we dive in to understand the development, it's important to also know about the location, Singapore Science Park. Let's look at the transformations of Singapore Science Park itself. So in the late 1970s, the Singapore government envisioned a hub for scientific innovation and technology, bringing together science, research, and industry. This aimed to attract global research and development R&D firms to create a thriving ecosystem and promote industrial growth in the sciences. Therefore, JTC unveiled a blueprint to develop a science complex aimed at advancing the nation's R&D efforts in 1979. A new business park was formed, named Singapore Science Park. As part of the broader expansion plans, Science Park 2 was developed in 1993. So if you look at the past, it was more on focusing on the R&D portion itself. However, rejuvenations of the Singapore Science Park has always been ongoing, and currently there are major transformations being done. In April 2025, CapitaLand completed the 883 million redevelopment of One Science Park Drive. All 5 buildings are operationally ready, and it offers business space, wet lab ready workspace, retail, and F&B. Not only that, it was announced last year that Singapore Science Park set to get their first residential project, which is now LyndenWoods. Okay, so over the past 40 years, there is no residential development in Singapore Science Park. So on May 17, the URA published a proposed master plan amendment to rezone the land from business park to residential use with a plot ratio of 4.1. So let's see the URA master plan itself. This is where LyndenWoods is actually located at, and surrounding actually have a lot of other business parks, and all these are actually subject to detailed planning itself. So in my opinion, there may be a chance that they may propose to the government to change the other plot use in the future to convert into residential, so as to bring in more residential development into the area. Now let's take a look into the LyndenWoods project information. So LyndenWoods is actually located at 69 and 71 Science Park Drive. It's actually part of the District 5 itself. This development is 99 years leasehold, sitting at a site of 11,556 square meter. Total, you have 343 units, 2 blocks of 24 stories apartment, and also 2 stories of basement car park. And the car park lots is actually 70%. I think it's quite rare because LyndenWoods is actually located very near to Kent Ridge MRT, yet developers still give 70% car park lots. I think it's very generous, okay? In terms of the expected vacant possession, which is TOP, is expected to be around June 2029. Before we jump into the unit mix, do note that this is a pre-harmonization development where aircon latch is included into the total square feet for the unit. So LyndenWoods has 2-bedroom all the way to 4-bedroom unit mix. So let's look at the unit mix itself. You actually have 2-bedroom with 137 units starting from 630 square feet. You have 2-bedroom plus study, total 92 units itself, 883 square feet because it has been shown in the show flat already. We also have 3-bedroom, total 45 units, and it's starting from 1,000 square feet. 3-bedroom plus guest premium, we have 46 units, and it's actually 1,292 square feet. And also lastly, we have 4-bedroom premium. We only have 1 set, total 23 units, and it's actually at 1,647 square feet itself. So you realize that it's actually having a good mix of different unit types. And later when I show you guys in the site plan where the facing will be located at. So this is how the artist's impression of the LyndenWoods is like. So you have block 71 here and block 69 here, and these are where all your facilities are located at. Okay, so one thing I want to share with you is how they designed the 2 blocks itself, block 69 and 71. It's quite unique and distinctive. Why? Because 2 blocks itself, actually, you have 2 blocks, and each block, you actually have 2 wings. And these 2 wings is actually connected by a sky terrace on each level, which I think is very interesting because it makes it, each wing only have 3 to 4 units. Okay, it's like a point block design. And because each level has sky terrace, so it gives a lot of better sunlight, airflow, and ventilation on each of the level itself. And also, I think it's very good is that each of the wing you actually have 2 lifts. Okay, so you do not have to worry about overcrowding. that happens on each of the level. Okay. And next, in terms of facing, we are actually facing either north or south. In terms of the north, there's more facing towards the One North area itself. Okay, this is how your view is going to be like. In terms of south facing, you'll be facing more towards the sea and the park itself, and this is how your view is going to be like. Now, let's take a look at the site plan in terms of the units mix, which I shared with you just now. So this is how and where the units are actually located at. You realize that actually majority of the smaller 2-bedroom are actually located facing the north itself. You have the smaller 2-bedroom, slightly bigger 2-bedroom, and also 2+ study right over here. Okay, and we have one of the 3-bedroom located facing the north. Most of the bigger unit size like the 3+ guest and the 4-bedroom is actually located more towards the south area itself. Next, let's look at the block plan itself. Okay, so if you're driving, you actually have one ingress and one egress right over here. Total, you have 3 side gate. 1, 2, and 3. But what I like about how they designed the side gate and the path is that actually each block, right, you are able to directly connect it to the side gate in front of them, and also it is fully sheltered. So sheltered from a block all the way to the side gate, and once you exit, there's another side gate right over here that brings you down all the way to Kent Ridge MRT, fully sheltered also. Very thoughtful design, I would say. Okay, next, let's look at the amenities and the facilities. Okay, this is actually a full-fledged facilities condo. You have everything you need. So when you first drive in, this is where your arrival plaza is located at for your drop-off. Beside, this is where your Linden Club is located at. So level 1, you actually have a gym. Level 2, you have your social space and also your function room. At the back itself, we actually have a 50-meter lap pool, kids pool, and also a spa pool right over here. Actually, below block 71, there's actually a co-working lounge. So if you are working from home or you are students, there's actually a workplace for you to actually do your work itself. Okay, so when we go down towards the lower deck itself right over here, okay, we actually have one barbecue pit here. Actually, we have a second barbecue pit right over here also. So total 2 barbecue pit. We have a forest playground, amphitheater lawn. I think this is very good because it is like an event space for the residents to have activities, community events right over there. We have an outdoor fitness, and best of all, we also have a pets park. Okay, and this pets park is actually fenced up. So residents can actually unleash their dogs and let them mingle around inside the pets park. And at the back itself, we have 2 courts, if you realize. We actually have a tennis court and also a pickleball court, which is very rare nowadays to see it. Okay, so these are some of the artist impression that the developer has shared. This is how the 50-meter lap pool, the gym, the pavilion, the function room, the social space, everything, how is it going to be like, okay? I think before diving in deeper, this is actually a non-PPVC design development. Okay, a lot of the layout you can hack and customize, configure the layout itself. For example, the 2+ study, you can actually hack this wall to create a much bigger living space. In terms of their 3-bedroom itself, you realize that you can actually hack the guest itself and create a much bigger master bedroom also. So now let's take a look at the 2+ study. This is actually shown in the show flat itself, standing at 883 square feet. Okay, so this because of the configuration where you can hack the wall. The show flat, they actually hack this wall down. So your living space is actually super huge. I think key things for me to highlight is actually their kitchen and the bathroom actually has windows. So naturally ventilation actually you will have in this unit itself also. Okay, so next I want to share with you is a 3-bedroom plus guest premium. This is standing at 1292 square feet itself. Okay, this layout itself, actually when you go to the show flat itself, you realize it's super spacious. Okay, reason being because first, the width here is 3.6. It's super wide. And next, the flooring is actually large format sintered stone tiles, 1005 x 1005. Wow, super big. And because of that, the grouting is very seamless. I would say that you don't really see the grouting line. Everything feels very seamless kind of layout itself. Okay, so when you first enter, on your left, you actually have your kitchen where you have your gas hob and also concealed induction hob, your yard, home shelter. As you move further in, that's where all your bedrooms are located. You have bedroom 2, bedroom 3, guest, and also master bedroom. So what developer has done is that they actually hacked the wall here to make half of the space to go into bedroom 2 and half to go into master bedroom in the show flat. So this is to show you guys how you can configure the space. So if you want to have a much bigger master bedroom, have a walk-in wardrobe, even much bigger, all you need to do is to hack this wall. And then you merge the guest and the master bedroom together. Another thing I want to highlight is how big the master bedroom is. Look. Okay, the master bedroom is actually standing at 16.4 square meter. Okay, you have a walk-in wardrobe, you have a king size bed itself, still ample space for you to put side table or vanity. Okay. Lastly, this is a 4-bedroom premium standing at 1647 square meter. Okay, key things to note, similarly, this is also large format sintered stone tiles in the living space. It's also super huge, so everything feels very seamless. Okay, and the width of the living and dining is actually 6.1 meter wide landscape. Okay, and next thing is this thing. In the kitchen itself, they also have a telescopic glass sliding door. So if once you push, it will just follow through and then close it up by itself. Okay, and also here you also have your gas hob, concealed induction hob. At the back, this is where your yard home shelter is located at. And if you move further in, all 4 of your bedrooms are tucked at one side itself. So you actually have bedroom 3, bedroom 4, junior master with an ensuite bathroom, and also the master bedroom itself. So some idea for you if you want to have a much bigger room, you can actually hack this wall down to create this as a study room. Okay, that merge with the master bedroom also. And the master bedroom, key things to note is that it's actually 4 meter wide. Okay, super huge. You fit in the walk-in wardrobe, king-size bed, still got ample space. Next, let's talk about the area and what's located around LyndenWoods itself. Firstly, is seamless connectivity. So actually from LyndenWoods, actually walk all the way to the Kent Ridge MRT. Sheltered is around less than 6 minutes. But if you cut through the Genio itself, it's actually less than 5 minutes. And not only that, via the Kent Ridge MRT, you can reach a lot of places. For example, this is where Kent Ridge MRT is located at. Okay, so actually 2 stops you reach Buona Vista MRT where you can access the east-west line. And also, if you go down further, Botanic Garden, you can access the downtown line. And further up, Caldecott, you actually can also access the Thompson East Coast line. Not only that, the development's proximity to major expressway, including the AYE and also the West Coast Highway, further enhance travel convenience for those who drive, placing the CBD and Orchard Road's iconic shopping block within easy reach. Next, I want to share about is actually Genio. So Genio is completed in March-April 2025 and it integrates work-life play elements in all the 5 buildings itself. So the development includes purpose-built infrastructure to support biomedical R&D, office and retail spaces, and a service apartment and open community spaces such as an events place and also an outdoor fitness corner. So currently, Science Park is home to 350 multinational and local firms, including DSO, Shopee, Dyson, Johnson & Johnson, and more. In addition, upon Genio's full completion, CapitaLand expects the total working population in Science Park to reach about 21,000, out from the current 12,000. So if you plan to look for investment, planning to rent out, in my opinion, there is a huge pool of tenants around LyndenWoods. And also, Genio itself has plenty of food and retail options. So for example, at Genio, you do have your Da Nanya, Putian, Subway, or even like the Pasta Express, Bread Talk, and more. For example, even Toastbox itself. So further down, actually through the Kent Ridge MRT connection itself, you actually can get to one Kent Ridge where you also have your Fair Price supermarket. We are located close to renowned schools such as the Fairfield Methodist, the NUS, and also the Tanglin Trust School and more. Next, we are actually also close to nature. We are 4 minutes walk away from Kent Ridge Park, strategically located right at the heart of the 10-kilometer nature trails connecting major parks along the southern regions. I think a common misconception is that living in a business park entails a lack of lifestyle. I think seen as a workplace predominantly, it comes with a fair assumption that it lacks of amenities and life beyond the workers' 9 to 6. However, this isn't the case with Science Park. This comes largely due to the effectiveness of Ascender's, CapitaLand's role as an estate developer. By curating the right mix of amenities and public spaces, a pleasant community-centric environment has been created. Let's take a look at the development surrounding the LyndenWoods itself. So in terms of current new sales launches and resale development, there are a few to be mentioned in the One North area. So for new sale itself, we actually have the Blossom by the Park, the Hill at One North, and the recently launched Bloomsbury Residences. So for the Blossom by the Park, actually total you only have 275 units, sold 93%. Now remaining is 4 bedroom. The Hill at One North, 142 units, sold 64%. And Bloomsbury Residences, 358 units, sold 39% itself. In terms of May 2025 transaction, actually a lot of ongoing transaction for the Hill at One North and Bloomsbury Residences. So it shows that there's still ongoing demand in this area itself. So for the resale development, we have One North Eden, one of the latest TOP project, which has 165 units and TOP in 2024. So let's take a look at the recent project, which is One North Eden, which is quite comparable to LyndenWoods in terms of the pricing analysis, where you have your MRT just nearby. So all the transactions at One North Eden has been profitable. For 2 bedrooms, the profit hitting close to 300,000 right over here. And also for 3 bedrooms, the profit actually hit close to 530,000. So if you realize, One North Eden, that's already TOP 1 year already, hitting 23XX to 24XX PSF. If LyndenWoods, a residential project that is near to MRT and conveniences, and a part of Singapore Science Park rejuvenation is launching below 26XX, I think it's actually a very good and safe entry. Because by then, when it TOP, One North Eden is already 5 years old. Your profit has much more potential to increase when you invest in a new launch at a comparable resale price. Lower risk, higher returns. In terms of rentability, for the 2 bedrooms at One North Eden, it's actually hitting on average around 5,200, 3 bedrooms around 6,500, and a 4 bedroom at 8,800. So if you were to compare with One North Eden, which is near to MRT, whereas for LyndenWoods, near to MRT, near to conveniences, and it's also part of the Singapore Science Park rejuvenation, using the analysis in terms of the profitability transactions and also the rentability at One North Eden, I would say that if you're looking for own stay or investment point of view for LyndenWoods, it's actually quite a good and safe buy itself. So LyndenWoods preview is happening estimate end June, early July. So if you are keen to have a look or want to know more about this development, feel free to contact me.